This is a transfer video that I didn't think I would be making. But when it comes down to Gaston de Paul, he's one of the most reliable, if not the most reliable, South American journalist when it comes to Argentine transfers. This guy is bang on the money. Liverpool fans will remember that Gaston de Paul was the first one on the scene to break the news of Alex McAllister joining Liverpool. He has plenty of credit in the bank when it comes to talking about Argentine players. He was one of the first people to talk about Christian Romero and the links to Atletico Madrid. Then big, credible journalists in Europe broke the story. He is reported, right, that Alejandro Garnacho could be an Arsenal player. Two of the clubs following his ongoing situation at Manchester United are Chelsea and Garnacho. Sorry, Chelsea and Arsenal. They both want Garnacho. Now, Chelsea are, of course, in advanced talks for Gittins, and we know they want Hugo Ekitike. Arsenal want a statement signing on the left wing. So before anyone says it's not legit, I don't think he will be an Arsenal player. But the fact that it's coming from a tier one source is incredible. We've also got the Martin Zubimendi drama. Real Madrid, Arsenal, where's he going? Fabrizio said that here we go. Credible sources in Spain are saying he's going to Madrid. It's like a seesaw that's constantly tipping, and Arsenal fans are losing their minds. And then to top all that off, Florian Plettenberg has said that a transfer meeting with Andrea Berta and Benjamin Sesko's party will be taking place in the next 2 days. And they expect, Florian Plettenberg said yesterday on Sky Sports, that he expects and will be absolutely astonished if Benjamin Sesko is not an Arsenal player come the end of the window. We've got a lot to get into, a lot to digest. Make sure you go down, smash this like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. I want to start with the Gaston de Paul news because he is a very, very credible journalist. He has over 1 million followers on Twitter. Eduardo Hagen, who is a news account on Twitter, has said the two clubs following Garnacho's situation are Chelsea and Arsenal in that order. Now, we know Chelsea are without a doubt the outright favourites to sign this guy. And I don't think that Manchester United will let him go for cheap. But Arsenal are in the race. Gaston de Paul, this guy here is, I mean, look, well over 1 million followers, one of the biggest transfer journalists for TYC Sports, which is a South American company, I believe. Alejandro Garnacho, well, let's talk about it, right? Ruben Amorim has frozen him out of the squad and told him in front of the entire team, or told him in a private meeting, I should say, that he will be leaving Manchester United. We've already seen that confirmed by David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano. Now, Chelsea are in advanced talks and have a 7-year contract on the table for Jamie Gittins. They also want to get Hugo Ekitike, but there's a stumbling block there, his price tag. Arsenal want to go out there and sign Rodrigo. He is their priority signing. I don't think Garnacho will be an Arsenal player. What I would say is there's a feeling in the Arsenal camp that their coaching's better than other teams, so they can improve players. We've seen this with Kai Havertz. We've seen this with Jorginho. Arsenal, in my opinion, should not be signing Garnacho. He has a lot of talent. He has a lot of potential. But they aren't in a position to be having another player who's 20, 21 years of age who may be good in 3 or 4 years. Rodrigo is a star right now, multiple-time Champions League winner, multiple-time La Liga winner, played in the biggest games of Brazil. I just thought that was insane that Garnacho could end up at Arsenal. Now, Gaston de Paul has a track record for being, without a doubt, one of the most credible journalists out in South America. Now, the United stand, Man United's biggest account on Twitter, or one of the biggest Man United's accounts, has also put the same tweet out. So it tells me that there may actually be legs in this story. Now, we know Chelsea lead the race. We know Chelsea are the outright favourites. But could he actually end up at Arsenal? Now, the Zubimendi situation is bonkers, right? We had a here we go with regards to Zubimendi and the Arsenal transfer. We had a here we go for that a few months ago. Now, according to very, very, very credible sources in Spain, the situation is open. Now, I'm going to be the first person to say, if Fabrizio Romano says that here we go, it is happening. His credibility is unbelievable. His knowledge on inside information is very, very good. Now, this source here says breaking Martin Zubimendi to Arsenal was almost done, but a call from Real Madrid has now changed everything. Now, and this isn't the only source saying this. There are a lot of sources coming out from Spain. You know, Marca, who are a very big Spanish news outlet, have said Real Madrid seriously wants Zubimendi. After he told them the deal with Arsenal isn't done, they now plan to contact Real Sociedad. So that's two sources saying that. I don't entirely know how legit these sources are, but Fabrizio Romano has said this on his YouTube channel, and he said, "I respect all sources on this story. Clubs can try to hijack till the last moment, but my information is that Zubimendi has agreed every detail with Arsenal agreement, which was reached many months ago. Player did not put pen to paper before the respect of Sociedad till the season ends. All documents exchanged. Only formal steps remain to do the medical, sign the deal, and take the pictures. In football, never say never, but at the moment is that Arsenal are convinced Zubimendi will be their player." So that essentially shuts down every single story there is regarding Martin Zubimendi. I think he will be an Arsenal player, and I think everyone can just calm down. I've seen the amount of stuff I have seen over the socials today of people literally losing their minds. Like, it's absolutely insane. He's going to be an Arsenal player. Romano's all over it. People can relax. Now, Benjamin Sesko to Arsenal. There's a meeting, according to Florian Plettenberg, taking place in the next few days regarding the transfer. Some people have said 65 million. Some people have said 70 million. Sky Sports Premier League have said Arsenal have held talks over the signing of Benjamin Sesko. It then goes on to say the Premier League club have been, according to the conditions of the deal for the 22-year-old, according to Sky Germany, and that come out earlier today, 1:38 p.m. He will be an Arsenal player. Florian Plettenberg has said live, according to on Sky Sports, that he'd be absolutely astonished if he isn't an Arsenal player. Now, he actually said it. I can't play it due to copyright reasons, but he said this 23 hours ago. That he says an offer from to RB Leipzig is expected, and he goes on to say, "I am totally convinced Sesko will play for Arsenal." The Garnacho story, though, has completely thrown me off, because unless they cough up huge amounts of money, right? Huge amounts of money, it's going to be very difficult for Arsenal to get the deal done for Rodrigo. He's on a very high salary, right, which we know. He's playing for Real Madrid. You're talking about coughing up 100 million euros. If they don't sign Rodrigo, their alternative target was Bryan Mbeumo, right? He's, of course, wants to join Manchester United. Then you've got the Nico Williams saga. What's happening with him? Well, during the Nations League semi-final and during the Nations League final, you know, he went on to score against France and get an assist. You know, big game player. There's no doubt he's got a lot of talent. But again, are Arsenal prepared to go out and pay the money? That's another £50 million. We know they want him. We know they're very interested in him. Leroy Sané is another player. I think this week's going to be really, really important for Arsenal throughout the transfer window. One, because a lot of these clubs have to get their business done very, very soon because of the Club World Cup deadline. We know that Chelsea and City have to get their business done for Mike Maignan, Cherki, Ain't Nouri, Reinders, potentially Gittins, potentially the Ekitike deal. They have to get that done before tomorrow because of the Club World Cup deadline. And Arsenal, of course, you know, Chelsea are looking at Sesko as well, according to sources. So They do need to get the ball rolling. I do think Sesko will be an Arsenal player. I think Rodrigo is one that we'll have to wait and see. I don't think Garnacho is going to be an Arsenal player, but I just think when you've got sources like that coming out, there obviously has to be an element of truth in the story. But let me know your thoughts. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all soon.